I want to thank all of you for being out here, those of you from Calexico and Imperial Valley, to show support for Manuel Perez. And you can see by the representation up here, this is just a microcosm of the people that support Manuel. We talk about the leadership that has been sowed over the years of Tony Tirado, serving on the Calexico Unified School District on the school board in the 70s, city councilman and mayor in the 80s, county board of supervisor District 1. For him to say Manuel Perez is the right man for assembly for the 80th district speaks volumes. So let's hear it for Tony Tirado as well. Frank Salazar, who has worked on campaigns for Congressman Bob Filner, and he himself entered the political foray, running for city council and winning a few years ago for Calexico. He too sees the energy and leadership and commitment of Manuel Perez. Let's hear it for Frank Salazar. David Uzon on his second term as city councilman for the city of Calexico, a Republican. But he sees true leadership. He recognizes someone that's committed to the Imperial Valley to provide representation in Sacramento. And that's why he endorsed Manuel Perez. David Uzon. Dr. Gutierrez, a successful dentist by trade and profession, treating patients throughout the Imperial and Coachella valleys that couldn't afford dental care, saw that legislation was not favorable for the most needy and the most deserving. And he decided to throw his hat in the political arena and run for assembly. And he gave it a good hard fight. But along the way, on the campaign trail, he saw a lot of the values, a lot of the character that he embodied and that he wanted to promote in Manuel Perez. And when he was unsuccessful in the primary, he didn't fold his tents. He didn't go back into a hole. He didn't throw himself tirelessly, well, he did, into his practice. But he was first to come out and say, Manuel, estoy contigo. Yo te apoyo y juntos nos vamos a ganar. Doctor Gutiérrez. Willie Hermosillo, a local businessman on the Planning Commission of the City of Calexico, a community activist, someone that sees the good in an individual, saw no difficulty in supporting Manuel Perez. Willie Hermosillo. Roberto de Necochea, nationwide has been involved in political campaigns, has written numerous grants for housing authority applications. Throughout the state, he's traveled, worked with upcoming politicians and those that have been successful over the years. Manuel Perez was a candidate that he could immediately endorse because when he's walked the halls of Sacramento, people stop and listen when Manuel Perez's name is mentioned. Roberto de Necochea. Luis Castro, newly elected city councilman. Let's hear it for Luis Castro. Much was made when Luis Castro ran, and rightfully so. But California is the most diverse state in the United States of America. We speak over 140 languages here in California. But the important thing is representation. And Luis Castro represents Calexico. Luis Castro. And I can't forget John Moreno, our Master of Ceremonies. John Moreno, involved in education in Calexico, served on the Planning Commission, newly elected as well in June to the City Council to provide that leadership and positive direction and representation to the young and old here in Calexico. And when all of us were asked to support Manuel Perez, there was no hesitation, no doubt. The last 6 years that we've had Bonnie Garcia representing us in Sacramento, the Imperial Valley and Calexico have not received any attention, anything of merit, and any acknowledgement. It's been Southern Riverside County. I have not spoken with Bonnie in 2 years. Not that I haven't attempted, but Bonnie's attitude was, I don't need you, you're a Democrat, and I don't need the Imperial Valley. And I'm turned out. I can't run again for re-election. But she made a lot of promises to us 6 years ago, Republicans and Democrats, for Bonnie Garcia. And unfortunately, we bought it, porque era Latina. And she felt that's all she needed to win our vote. But we're wiser, we're sharper, and we recognize when one of our own, who's come from 3rd Street in Calexico, where his grandparents lived, and who's spent many a summer during his childhood in Brawley, and who's continued on the path of improving his level in life, earning a master's degree in education from Harvard, working for the farm worker, working for the needy, and yet making those contacts in Sacramento, Los Angeles, en el Valle de Coachella, y el Valle de Imperial, who's been here tirelessly, working day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. He's not going to forget us because he is us. Es de nosotros. And that's why we and myself and you and all of us are endorsing and supporting Manuel Perez. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Víctor Manuel Carrillo. I myself am Juan Manuel Moreno. Manuel Moreno. Juan Manuel. Oh, wait a minute, he's coming back.
John and I do football, so we're always going back and forth with a microphone. I should have said from the Chocolate Mountains, but I forgot one more because I was blocked by the speaker, and probably the most important one of all of us. Because we as elected officials, we're used to being in front or having a microphone provided for us, etc., just because of the position, not because who we are personally. But someone that's taken a personal approach, and someone that is of the people, and someone that has taken a strong liking and respect and acknowledgement for Manuel Perez, and made all of this possible, and has been the backbone for Calexico in supporting Manuel Perez, and that's my good friend, our good friend, Roberto Ravi Herrera.